Hey everyone, Slambo here. Got another contest entry today. This one is for AGK's Vinyl Life. It says push to 1,000 subscribers, and once he gets over 1,000 subscribers, then the contest deadline will be 1 week from that date. But he said, it's open for 2 weeks, and that takes it to the Saturday or the Sunday after Thanksgiving here in the US, so the 28th. But anyway, I get this in now before I forget about it. Pretty simple contest requirements. Show a minimum of 5 records, and he did say records only, no CDs and no cassettes this time. So I've got a stack of records here next to me that fit the answers to the questions. And the first 3, and actually 4, well 3.5, 3 with a bonus, are artists whose initials match AGKS. So for an artist whose name starts with A, I have Abbott and Costello. Oops, get on that side again. Abbott and Costello, who's on first? This is a recent acquisition that I got from my local record shop when they had a whole bunch of boxes out, basically in the street doing a sidewalk sale as part of Monroe Street Festival this year. So on side A, we've got, of course, Who's on First, their famous track, and that's actually, that bit is the bit that starts out their first movie. So the first time you see them on screen, they're doing that bit. But you don't see them when you hear the bit start. You only hear them. So you hear the start of the Who's on bit first, and the camera slowly pans over, and there they are talking. So it was a way to introduce, because they've been on the radio for so long before they were doing movies. That was a way to introduce the American film audience to Abbott and Costello. They figured that most people knew them from the radio already, so they started out with an audio-only version, and then they went into the rest of the movie that way. Then, second question was an artist whose name begins with G. It's one of my favorite G bands, and it's the Galactic Force Band with Spaced Out Disco. This is disco versions of the themes from science fiction movies. So we start off with a theme from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. We've got the theme from 2001. We've got the Cantina Band from Star Wars. Then we've got the main title from Star Wars, the main title theme from Close Encounters, the theme from Star Trek, and it ends with Galactic Go-Go. So the Galactic Force Band is my artist that begins with G. Next was an artist whose name begins with the letter K. Well, how about one whose first and last name has K and even sounds like K? Kay Kyser and his orchestra. So this is Kay Kyser's greatest hits. This one, of course, has the song on it, Three Little Fishies in a Itty Bitty Poo. But it's also got others like Ma, He's Making Eyes at Me, and the Woody Woodpecker song. And there's the back. But Kay Kyser. First and last name start with K. Now for the bonus question, he's asked us to, and if you couldn't find one in your collection that started with A, G, or K, find something that starts with S, an artist that starts with S. And this record has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 S's in it. It's from my Disneyland collection. Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. Where are the S's? Well, here they are. Sterling Holloway and Sebastian Cabot do 2 of the voices, but the music is by Richard Sherman and Robert Sherman. So Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree is my S entry. Then, after all the initials, he asked us to show records that are other than black. And first one that I'm going to show is the first one that I thought of when he said it. And that's Let's Sing with the Chipmunks. Well, Let's All Sing with the Chipmunks. And of course, actually, this one would fit for the letter A because it's normally listed as Alvin and the Chipmunks. Although this one it wasn't. But it also fits for S because it's David Seville and the Chipmunks. But I'm showing it here because it is Other Than Black record. If we get it out of the sleeve here, we've got an original Liberty inner sleeve. It is a translucent or transparent red disc with a nice red Liberty label on it too. So there's the Other Than Black pressing, a transparent red disc. And then he also suggested that we could show a picture disc everything's getting stuck together over here. So I'm going to show a picture disc as well. We've got the reissue, An Evening with Groucho. And this one was, this is a numbered reissue. And it's not going to come out of the sleeve here, is it? Oh, it's stuck on the back there. All right, so I got to get some glue gun on this one, take off some of that sticky bits. And let's see. And this bit is all coming apart on me. There we go, that way. And then I can pull the disc out. So we've got a picture on that side and pictures on that side. So Groucho Marx, An Evening with Groucho, limited edition picture disc. This is a numbered picture disc, and mine is number, and the thing's upside down now, 03970. So there's the, oh, and there's the back of another picture. So there's the Other Than Black, and the last question was to show either record titles or songs on records that have the word life in the title. Well, my first thought, of course, The Life of Brian from Monty Python. This is the official soundtrack album. This was a relatively recent pickup from my local record shop. But then, of course, you can't do Monty Python soundtracks also without A Meaning of Life. The only soundtrack album to be introduced by Live Fish, it says, apart from some copies of Shane. So 2 records that have the word life from the same artist. So Life of Brian and Meaning of Life, 2 of my favorite movies of all time as well. So there we have it. We have a whole bunch of questions answered. We have Abbott and Costello, we have Galactic Force Band, we have Kay Kaiser and his orchestra, we have the Sherman Brothers, we have the Chipmunks, Groucho Marx, and Monty Python, all answering the questions in AGK's Vinyl Life contest. That's what I've got today. See you next time.